typical installation is once we've gotten all the preliminary stuff done, now it's time to install. Typically what happens is me and David, construction manager, will come out there for what we call a pre-construction walkthrough. It'll be me, David, the homeowner. This is where we really dot the I's and cross the T's, finalize all the measurements. We got to get the equipment ordered. Is it an upflow, horizontal, left-hand return? I mean, because when we go through, we design these things. And then we will order them from Water Furnace to go in just the way what it is we're looking at. So we'll go through that pre-construction walkthrough. We'll go ahead and call for locates. We'll have one call come out and they do all the locating as far as gas, electrical, phone, that kind of stuff. So we mark out where we're going to locate. We go through with the homeowner, make sure, number one, everyone's on the same page. We'll come up with a start date, and from there, we're pretty much waiting to start. We're waiting on equipment. It does take a little bit to get equipment, about a week or so. So at that point now you'll have the drillers, right? A guy named Sidney will come, a guy named Cody will come, and those are going to be your drillers. They'll come out there and they'll start punching holes in the ground. You go 200 foot per ton. So if it's a 3-ton system, you got 3 holes in the ground, each of them 200 foot.
We love rock. Rock is a great heat transfer. It's wonderful for us to drill through. We get less fuss and less muss from rock than we do from sand and loose soil and gravel and those things. Works just fine in that type of terrain as well. It just takes us a little longer to get through. But I do like rock. Rock is excellent for transferring heat.
So they'll go through there and drill for you. That, depending on drilling, can take 2 days, 3 days, a week. Depends on how many holes and how deep we're going, that kind of stuff. So outside crew comes first, and then from there you'll get the trenchers. So a lot of times you'll have Brian Rattan and Mario coming out there, and they'll do all the trenching. So you got your wellhead stubbed up, and then from that point you'll go through there and you'll trench back to where we're coming into your house and you're going to be tied into equipment. So outside crews coming first. Usually that takes 2, 3, 4 days depending on drilling and what it is we're looking at. And then from there, you'll have the inside crew come in. They'll go ahead and demo all that old equipment, put in your new equipment. They'll tie into your pumps. They'll tie into your, your hot water assist or your de-superheater, all that kind of stuff. They'll do all your piping, purging, pressure tests. From there, we'll go ahead and get you started up. And then we'll be able to tell, with like what Harold was talking about, we'll be able to tell how efficient that thing is running by the time we leave. We can come back a year, 2, 10, 20 years from now, take those same readings and make sure we know we're performing just as efficient as the day it was installed. So outside crew comes first. They're out there for a couple days. Then inside crew comes. From start to the finish, depending, usually you run anywhere from about 3 to 5 days.